Cars, planes, helicopters, even flying motorcycles are vehicles that exist in GTA Online. Vehicles are probably the most important part of this game to guarantee your efficiency and straight up survival in GTA. Therefore, in this video I am going to show you the best vehicles in GTA Online that every player must own. These vehicles are all great in their own way and have their own uses. So for your own good, watch through the whole video, not just the number one spot. Right, so wasting no time, getting right into the video. At number 10 I have the armored Kuma. Now this vehicle is borderline the greatest armored car in the entire game. This car is basically impenetrable by bullets.
You're a fake and a fraud.
There's been many scenarios where I've been driving this around fighting NPCs or enemies and they're trying to shoot me out of the vehicle, but they cannot because this thing is so armored that basically no bullets penetrate it. The armored Kuma is also decently fast. It's not anything crazy, but as a beginner vehicle, which it kinda is, it's pretty decent to get around the map. The armored Kuma is pretty cheap, only costing $525,000. That is if you have done the Fleece Job heist, as you should, because the Fleece Job heist is very easy. Downside to the armored Kuma is that it takes no explosives. However, as I said, it takes a lot of bullets. You will probably not die by NPCs if you're in this vehicle. So this car is really good for beginners as a first vehicle. I recommend to try and save up money so you can buy this vehicle as early as possible because it's just that good for missions and helping you grind. At number 9 I have the Toror. Now you might be surprised that I've listed the Toror this low. However, I'm gonna give the reason right now. To start off, the Toror has a unique boosting feature, and if you actually use the boosting feature of jumps and hills and stuff, you can fly for miles, and it's so fun. It's such a fun vehicle to use. Because of the boosting feature, it's really fast, so it's really good to getting around the map and doing different missions. Now, there are other vehicles in the game that has this boosting feature, which the Toror has. However, no other vehicle in the game has a recharge of the boost as fast as the Toror. The Toror recharges its boost faster than any other vehicle in the game, and that just makes it perfect for getting around the map quickly. The boost is shorter though than some other vehicles that has the same boosting feature. It's not as long. However, as I said, it recharges much faster. The Toror also has extremely accurate missiles, so they are really good for taking out Oppressor Mark 2s, NPCs, helicopters, whatever you gotta take out. These missiles will most likely take it out. It also has infinite missiles, so you can shoot as many as you need to take out your target because you will never go empty. The Toror can take 6 homing missiles or 2 RPGs to destroy it. Not the best armor, but it can withstand a decent amount of homing missiles, and RPGs it won't explode on the first one, so that's already pretty good. Now you might be wondering why this is at number 9. Well, it's a very good vehicle, but I don't really see it as that useful for much other than PvP purposes, for example for taking out Mark 2s and stuff like that. For other things, there's much better vehicles that suit the missions and suit the other parts of the game better than the Toror. It's a really fun vehicle and it's a really good vehicle, but it doesn't have its own use in that sense. At number 8 I have the Huu Drag. Now the Huu Drag is a motorcycle which is extremely fast. It's actually the fastest bike in the game, and if you are on next gen consoles, which is then PS5 and Xbox Series X or S, then you can get the HSW upgrade, which makes this bike an absolute beast. It's by far the best vehicle for time trials and HSW time trials if you have those, and also if you're playing on PC or any PS4, Xbox One, then the Huu Drag is still the best vehicle for time trials. This motorcycle costs quite a bit for a bike, sitting at $976,000, which is quite a bit, but you can easily earn that back by doing time trials and HSW trials, which gives out 100k or 250k. This is a must-have vehicle for this exact thing, and it's good for transportation as well as a low-level player. At number 7 I have the Theola. The Theola is a stealth helicopter. Oh my god, bro. In that sense, it has a unique stealth feature where you cannot be seen on the minimap or the big map, so basically your blip, it cannot be seen if you activate this stealth feature. Because of this, it's really good for special Because of this, it's really good for doing special crates, aka crate warehouses, because when you pick up the crate, when you're doing the special crates, other people cannot see your blip on the map. Now this is useful but also not useful in that sense that you can now do special crates in a private lobby, so you don't really need to hide your blip. But if you were to do it in a public lobby with friends or whatever, then the Kula would be a must-have vehicle to not be seen and not be griefed, essentially. The Kula is pretty fast, not anything crazy for a helicopter, but it's decently fast. It's got good weapons, the missiles work on it. They can hit whatever they need to hit.
Treat me like
the Kula is pretty expensive at $4.5 million, but it's definitely worth buying somewhere down the road. At number 6, I have the Virtue. The Virtue is a Amani-tech vehicle, which means you can put a lock-on jammer on it. The lock-on jammer basically makes it so no one can lock onto your vehicle with missiles. So basically the Oppressor Mark II spammers cannot hit you because they can't lock onto your vehicle. And the Virtue is one of the best Amani-tech vehicles because of its speed. It's electric, so it's got good acceleration and decent top speed. Not the best because it's electric, but it's also got good handling. The Virtue's got good defenses. With armor plating, it tanks 11 RPGs/missiles, 29 heavy sniper rounds, or 11 sticky bombs, which is really good for fighting in free roam. At number 5, I have the Terabyte. The Terabyte is an absolute tank. It takes 35 missiles or RPGs to destroy, which is more than you can carry on your person at one time, so they would need to buy missiles on missiles to destroy this vehicle. The Terabyte has got decent speed, but that's nothing special. However, the Terabyte is a money-making machine. It's got client jobs, which pays out around 30 to 35k a mission, and these can take as little as 5 minutes to get done. And it's also got the feature where you can do source missions straight from the Terabyte, such as sourcing crates or supplies for your businesses and more. At number 4, I have the Sparrow. Now, in my opinion, the Sparrow is the best helicopter for grinding and getting around the map in the entire game. It's very fast. It's one of the fastest helicopters in the game. It's agile and it has good handling. It's also easy to land in tight locations because of its small size, so therefore it's really good for grinding and getting around the map quickly. It used to get easily destroyed, but recently got buffed and is a lot better now. Before, if you flew into a building or you touch something with your rotors, it will instantly start smoking, but now it takes a lot more. You can basically fly headfirst into a building and nothing will happen. It's got all right weapons with homing missiles. They work for about everything you need them for, but not much other than that. The Sparrow can be spawned right from the interaction menu, and you can spawn it right beside you on the road, similarly to how the busted attack helicopter spawns. Now entering the top 3. At number 3, I have the Acid Lab / the Brigade 6x6. Now the Acid Lab is technically a vehicle, even though it's more of a business. This truck is also an absolute tank. With armor plating equipped, it can tank 47 RPGs/missiles, which is absolutely insane and makes it one of the strongest vehicles in the entire game. The Acid Lab is decently fast, it's quite good at ramming things, but the most important part of the Acid Lab is the money-making potential. The Acid Lab is one of the best passive earning businesses in GTA Online. Plus, it's a piece of cake doing solo. I actually have a guide on the Acid Lab, which I made back when it came out, so if you want to earn some money with the Acid Lab plus get a good vehicle, then you can check that video out. I'll put it in the corner of your screen right now. Anyway, the Acid Lab is definitely a must buy, maybe even the first business you should get. Now at number 2, I think this is gonna surprise you, I have the Oppressor Mark II. Now I bet you got a bit surprised by that pick. Oppressor Mark II not being number 1. What list is the Oppressor Mark II not number 1? Well, there's another vehicle that I think is better personally, but let's get on to that later. Everyone knows the flying motorcycle. It's a straight beast at basically everything. It's fast, it's small, it's got good handling, very easy to put down in tight spaces, got good missiles, quick acceleration, basically the ultimate grinding vehicle. People used it a lot more back in the day for PvP, but it's not as good at that anymore with all the counters there is to it now and how much worse the missiles on it is now after it got nerfed. But still, if you hate it it or love it. Either way, the Oppressor Mark II is borderline the greatest vehicle in the entire game. It's so good at so much. Now, at number 1, you might have guessed it, is the Raju jet. This jet is absolutely incredible. It's so much faster than the Oppressor Mark II, so you will get around the map and be much more efficient in that way. It's not difficult to fly at all. It's easy to handle and control. It can fly in both horizontal and vertical directions, which makes it so easy to land in tight spaces. It's got explosive cannons, which are very good in PvP against other planes, and it's also got pretty good missiles. It's got the same stealth feature as the Kula, which we talked about earlier, which hides your blip on the map from other players, giving you an advantage. Overall, I think if you use this vehicle correctly, then I think it's the best vehicle in the entire game, mainly because of its immense speed and the efficiency potential in both PvE and PvP scenarios. The Raju jet is great at so many things, but one specific thing it's great at is the hangar business. It's the best vehicle to use to earn millions of dollars from the hangar business. I've actually got a money guide on the hangar business, which you can see on screen right now. It will show you how you can use the Raju to its full potential. Subscribing and leaving a like would also help out greatly. God bless and thank you for watching. By the way, sorry for not uploading for 6 months, but hope I'm back now. See you boys in GTA 6.